Welcome to the Fleet Geeks podcast. We're here to help develop fleet and transport professionals. Do you want to progress and develop your skills and knowledge? We promise to bring lively conversation and debate around interesting issues and keep you bang up to date with changes in our awesome industry. The Fleet Geeks are a community of professionals, and if you enjoy the podcast, why not join the discussion for free in the Fleet Geek community over on Facebook. Hello and welcome to today's episode of the Fleet Geeks podcast. In line with last week's episode, I want to talk about MPRS, the Maintenance Provision Recognition Scheme. I think I've said it right. MPRS anyway. Who cares what the things actually mean? It is, it's rating, sorry, not recognition. Maintenance Provision Rating Scheme. Yes, the MPRS. So today's episode is about three reasons why I think it will work. And 3 reasons why I think it might not. Okay, so am I on the fence? Not sure. Let's have a little listen and work it out. So 3 reasons why MPRS will work. The first is standardized benchmarking increases clarity and accountability. I love this. It's like having a common rule book. MPRS gives operators and enforcement bodies a consistent standard to aim for. There's no more grey areas. And this helps operators know exactly where they stand and helps encourage continuous improvement. For me, that's a real positive, a big fat first tick in the box. I think it's a really, really positive thing. The second for me is around the positive industry buy-in from the start. So this is unusual, right? But actually the scheme has been championed by such qualified industry voices as Logistics UK. It must work if Logistics UK have been so championing of it, but also welcomed by operators themselves who are serious about safety and compliance. So that's a really, really good start. When operators have been involved from the outset, that means that the standard should be what it needs to be. And this kind of ground up approach works for me, right? This momentum can lead to real impact and lasting impact. And it's not just from top down. So maybe it will end up being box ticking, but the initial principle for me is actually really, really valuable. It's a bottom up approach. Operators have screamed for it, and the industry have listened. Logistics UK have got behind it, IRTE have got behind it, and DVSA have got behind it. So let's hope that it does actually get traction and work, because I think the principle of it is absolutely fantastic. The third reason is it encourages proactive, not reactive maintenance. Okay, so operators who chase a better MPRS score from their maintenance providers will ensure that they've got tight systems and that will improve the preventative maintenance of their vehicles. And it means it's just not reactive anymore. So that's great for safety. It's great for cost control. It's great for uptime. So everyone's going to notice the wins. Okay, so I'm really behind that. Those 3 key reasons why it's going to work. So for me, standardized benchmarking, clarity and accountability is going to be absolutely fantastic. Positive industry buy-in from the start means that this could grow arms and legs and really work, which will be fantastic. It's in the GTMR, which means when it forms part of the guidance, that tends to be what happens, and it encourages proactive, not reactive maintenance. So I'm really, really behind that. But as with anything, I'm always a little bit of a cynic. And I always look at the downside or what the challenges could be. And sometimes we find that they haven't been properly thought through or considered.
Hello, it's Shani from Flagship Partners. We are really proud to sponsor the Fleet Geeks podcast. If you need expert advice or training for your fleet business, make Flagship Partners your first choice. We are really excited to announce the launch of our Transport Manager Academy. With expert development for fleet leaders, we offer fully accredited initial Transport Manager CPC training, CPC refresher, and operator license awareness training, as well as mentoring, support, and professional development beyond the qualification. Our vision is to develop elite fleet professionals.
So being the voice of reason is important to me. So what are the 3 reasons why it may not work? So why might the MPRS not work? So the first is around it being too much admin and not enough outcome. There's got to be positive outcomes for getting involved. And at the moment, it's very much operator led. So if MPRS becomes just any spreadsheet exercise or audit form with no teeth, we can think of a few of those in the industry. Maintenance providers will just see it as a bureaucratic burden, and without any clear links to real world impact like OCRS, DVSA audit expectations, the uptake could be half-hearted. Okay, so if there's too much admin and not enough outcome, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. Okay. My other challenge with it is that one size doesn't necessarily fit all. And what I mean by that is fleets vary massively, and so do workshops. Okay. So small operators who just have a couple of vehicles, and we go all the way up to operators who run thousands of trucks. And it's a bit, in this case, it's a bit like the DVSA and recognition scheme. This single scheme might struggle to be fair and meaningful across the diverse array of different workshops that we come across. So there could be a challenge there. And it has been designed with some flexibility. That's why we've got the 5 different standards, is what I'll hear IRTE and the DVSA and various industry bodies saying, that we've got that range there. But I don't know, it'll be interesting to see how the uptake is from a maintenance provider perspective. And the third one, which I think is a key challenge in this area, is around, if there's no enforcement or incentives, that means there's no urgency. Okay, so if there's no regulatory or commercial pressure to achieve a high MPRS rating, if the operators aren't valuing it, if the authorities aren't valuing it, some operators and maintenance providers are just going to ignore it. And that risks it becoming a nice to have rather than a must do. So that third one is really interesting, isn't it? Around no enforcement or incentives means there's no urgency. And that's a bit like the earned recognition scheme at the minute. There's, for me, as great as the standard is, and any operator out there, I recommend the earned recognition as a fantastic standard to achieve. I'm not berating it in that sense, but I think the uptake would be stronger if there were more incentives to be able to be part of that standard. And I think from an MPRS perspective, I think the industry is relying on operators. The industry is relying on operators to essentially self-enforce by pushing maintenance providers to do the standard. And I'm not sure whether they're going to come along for the ride. I'm skeptical. I'm not saying they won't, but I'm a little bit skeptical. So those are 3 reasons why I think it's a fantastic suggestion, and 3 reasons why I think it might not work. So the 3 reasons, again, why it may work: standardized benchmarking, create clarity and accountability. Fantastic. Positive industry buy-in from the start. So it started well. It has come from the right place, bottom-up approach. I do like that. It encourages proactive, not reactive maintenance. The idea behind it in the principle is absolutely fantastic. But there's 3 reasons that I think it may not work. If it's too much admin and not enough outcome, if the one size doesn't fit all, if the MPRS isn't going to fit with certain maintenance providers or operators, and if the enforcement or incentives are lacking, which they are at the moment, it means there's no urgency, and that then means that it doesn't happen. So potentially a few challenges with the scheme. We'll see how it plays out. I'm really interested to have feedback from the listeners. Let me know what you think. You might think that I'm chatting rubbish and don't know what I'm talking about, and this is going to be huge. And I'm not saying that it's not going to be huge. I'm just saying that there is maybe some additional things that we need to think about, and it could well still be the success story that we hope it's going to be. Because anything that improves maintenance standards, I think, is fantastic. And I'm fully behind any transport manager who's busy trying to do that, as well as workshops as well. So I hope the uptake's fantastic. But I'm really interested to hear what the industry thinks. Please do feedback, let me know. And what else do you want to know about MPRS? What other questions do you have? Let me know, and I'll do a future episode on those. Thank you very much. Cheers. Bye-bye.
I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, please share with your friends and colleagues too. Join us for free on Facebook with the Fleet Geeks community for transport and fleet managers. Fleet Geeks offers ongoing professional development, networking and mentoring too. So get in touch with me, Pete Rushmer, on any social media platform to find out more.